Very often, many people assume that law of karma is the highest law in the hierarchy of nature. Let us understand that law of karma reached the highest hierarchy during the period of Kali Yuga. And Buddhism was the religion which started just at the onset of Kali Yuga. So what happened in Kali Yuga? The consciousness in the world became very low. So actually, that is why Buddha's highest concept he has given is Shunya. He says that everything is a big zero. So when there is nothing which exists in the cosmos, everything is zero, so then law of karma has to exist, because whatever is there, whatever action is there, has to be the equal reaction of that. If we see the whole modern science, it also believed in something like zero. It also says that the whole Big Bang started from zero. In fact, long time back, Einstein first denied this idea that everything started from zero, but later he also accepted the idea. See, in the beginning, Einstein used to say that there is some kind of a media in the cosmos which he named as ether, but then he himself denied his own idea. Till few years back, the quantum scientists, they used to assume that the whole cosmos has emerged out of zero. That is why they took the standard cosmological constant value as zero. However, somewhere around 1981, a new revolution started and the whole consciousness science began. The experiments began to prove that the whole cosmos has not emerged out of zero. There is some factor which always existed. We have not begun from zero. Something has existed, and that something has been constantly growing. The whole Hindu philosophy calls this as Brahma, and Brahma itself means one that constantly expands. So as per Hindu metaphysics, the standard cosmological constant is not zero. So if some consciousness already exists, then it is not possible that exactly what you do, there is a reaction of that. Yes, the law of karma will be true for a person who is not at all in touch with the consciousness. If a person is completely closed for consciousness, law of karma will totally work for that person. But since the consciousness has been growing now, as we have already entered the ascending Dwapar Yuga, so the consciousness is growing at a very fast pace. So now most of the population is in touch with consciousness. So that is why the law of karma has lost the position of being the key law of nature. I would like to explain this one very simple example. What happens if some consciousness exists, if cosmos is not zero but there is a consciousness? Very simple example will tell you. So there was this friend of mine who was a very strong advocate of law of karma, and he always used to say, no, there is nothing which supersedes law of karma. So one day I asked one very simple question. I asked, suppose there is a person who has been like full of contempt for you. Suppose he has been abusing you for last 1 year. And then one day you decide that, okay, now I'm going to teach him a lesson. But before you do that, This person himself realizes that he has been doing something wrong, and he comes and asks you for forgiveness. Will you still teach him the lesson? Then he said, no, probably I will just forgive him. So then I said, if you can forgive, don't you think the God can also forgive? If you have done lot of wrong karma, but suppose if you truly repent for it, if you truly repent for what you did, then God forgives you. And lot of your karma vanishes just by realizing that you have done a wrong karma. See, all the negative karma in us, it stays within us. And the moment we become aware, and the moment it gets integrated in your soul, major part of the negative karma vanishes. Some part still remains. So if a person, now this is law of compassion, that you did a wrong karma, you did a negative karma, but you realize that you did a wrong karma. You resented, you asked for forgiveness. Then major part of your karma will be, it will be nullified. I'm not saying the whole karma will be nullified, but a major part of it. So this is what the law of compassion is, that the God exists, the consciousness exists, and it is compassionate towards you. It is not that there is a tit for tat. There is a compassion involved. If you realize you made a mistake, you will be forgiven. So this is how the law of karma is superior to, law of compassion is superior to law of karma. Now let me explain what is law of evolution.